Hello everybody. So today I'm going to react to Stephanie Keto Person again. And this idiocracy here, I don't believe that this is a problem unless you add veggies to it. And I'm going to get into what I actually mean in a second.
We need to talk about the problems with the bone broth and the collagen right now.
Get rid of this stupid music, because all that really does is try to show like, oh, I'm right and you're wrong and I'm doing a happy, healthy. I'm doing keto right, blah, blah, blah. Follow me, don't follow anybody else.
Y'all trying to do a carnivore diet or a ketogenic diet or friggin' any diet are stuck on certain trends like fasting and bone broth and collagen. Your basic bone broth, even if you make your bone broth or if you buy your collagen, it has a protein called hydroxyproline. Now, some people, not everyone, they really are great at making and metabolizing this hydroxyproline into oxalates. Why some people are more...
Some people, not everyone. So I've had problems with bone broth. Is that what you're telling me? Because I never had problems with bone broth. Never. I just hated eating soup all the time. I'm already seeing a problem with this right now. Like, we are not allergic to animal protein, you dipstick, unless it's friggin' milk. Okay?
Sensitive to kidney stones is probably due to the fact of hard living, like diabetes, insulin resistance, exposure to chemicals and toxins, and the body does not know how to excrete this buildup of oxalates. So oxalate.
You know what gets us really exposed to chemicals, by the way? More overexposed than normal. I think living inside all day and exposed to those cleaners and all that stuff, then when you do go outside, you're walking in the city, not trying to find a spot out in nature or a spot that's more in the, like, where there's sun, at least a little bit. You know, it's better to be outside anyway, but just try to stay out of the really crazy road. Like, don't go when it's super busy out, okay? And don't go too late at night either, because then you might run into weird people. This is ridiculous. So, like, exposed to I'm getting sick and tired of this. Exposed to toxin type bullcrap. Stop over drinking water either, by the way. I think she tells you to drink, like, what, 2 or 3 liters of water, some crazy crap. Dude, that's half your blood in water. Don't do that. Do not do that. Don't do that. Drink when you're thirsty. Stop when you're good. Sometimes you have to drink more than other times. That is normal. I'm very sure of that. Sometimes we eat more on certain days than other days. I think that's normal too. Oh my goodness. Awful. Bone broth is very hydrating and filling. Oh my goodness. I can barely... there was one time I couldn't even get through a whole cup. I'm like, ugh. And then I had to let it sit and get cold, and it was not nice.
Acid is binding to calcium. Y'all are starting to form these shards of glass and needles in your eyes, in your breast tissue, in your vulva, in your...
That only happens with the plant oxalates. Do you know anything about bioavailable proteins versus non-bioavailable? This sounds like friggin' Frank Tufano talking about iron overload or whatever the heck. I'm getting the same vibe.
Muscle in your joints, everywhere, especially your kidneys. But that's not all. We also have the problem with the oxalates in the bone and the marrow of some of these people who love their bone broth. People will take the bones from their butcher and they're like, oh my God, I'm getting these collagen benefits and skin and hair benefits.
Yeah. We've always done that. How can you got a problem with it? We've broken the bones and eaten the marrow for hundreds of thousands of years. You want people sick, don't you? You want people suffering so that, dude, that's why I don't listen to Bart K anymore, because he doesn't want you eating liver. I can't listen to people who tell you not to do something that we've been doing for hundreds of thousands of years. Sorry.
They take these bones and then they slow cook them for hours and hours and hours, 15 to 30 hours, and you're liberating the oxalates.
And you could say, well, we've been eating berries for hundreds of thousands, but these aren't the same berries. They're not the same berries. And I'm not even telling you to be full carnivore either, like I've said in my other videos. I've been telling you to eat meat focused, like 95% meat. maybe even 99%. You don't want to be eating, don't be eating, like, each day should be 98 to 99% meat, I think. I really do. Sorry.
To the water, and then you get rid of the bones, and then you're drinking the oxalic acid or the oxalates, which end up binding to calcium in your body. And some people are perfect binding to calcium kidney stone makers. Now, this is not.
Yeah, if you're eating veggies, which I think you promote, you still promote a bunch of plant products. You're not carnivore either, by the way. You're not carnivore. So don't call yourself a carnivore expert. You are keto, and you will always be known for keto. And I think you're still for the whole fiber's good, fiber's this, fiber's that, fiber. Shut up.
Super common, but it's becoming more common because a lot of people treat their bodies like trash cans, and their body loses the ability.
If they're eating the standard American diet, idiot,
to deal with certain things in Mother Nature like phytic acid or oxalate buildups, you typically can dump them in the off season, but we don't give ourselves an off season. We are constantly consuming foods that build up.
So are you saying you need to stop eating fiber? You need to stop eating plants? Stephanie, get off the coconut aminos. You eat coconut aminos. What are you doing telling people to not eat friggin' collagen, and then here you are eating coconut aminos? What the? Where's the logic in this world? Can you show, can someone help me find some logic? Please, I need help. I need help. I need people who still speak logic in this world, okay? Please, can someone help me? I think the only people I know of right now are Carnivore Kip, Amanda, Carnivorous Me, Dave from No Carb Life, and Nutrition, she's just former fat girl now. Yeah. They're the only ones who speak logic, I think, now. Everybody else just seems to spout weird stuff. Maybe Dr. Barry. Okay, I'll put Dr. Barry in there. But Dr. Barry's kind of obvious, and Sean Baker. Sean Baker, again, is one of the obvious. And Kilts, they're just more obvious, so I didn't really mention them. I meant the ones who don't have as much of a following, or the same amount of people. Dave is getting up there, though.
In all types of ways. But it sounds confusing, but I have horses, and I've been on several cattle ranches with my horses. You watch cows eat everything. With some pastured cows, they're eating a lot of rhubarb, they're eating a lot of sorrel, and different species of clover.
But is that good for them? Is rhubarb good for them? Can they handle rhubarb? If they're not supposed to be eating rhubarb, then fine, I can see it. But if their systems handle it, then don't stop them from eating it.
And this converts into oxalates in their body. If a cow is not moved around and is staying in one place where there are these high oxalate-rich grasses or leaves, then they can actually develop a buildup in their own body and be toxic, not toxic, but go through pain themselves, and then that.
Huh? What? Have you seen kidney stones in a cow? How does oxalate poisoning present in a cow? Can someone tell me?
Translates into the bone broth that we consume. Not every cow.
Oh, so you hate bone broth. You just hate it. That's why. You just hate it. That's why you're hating on people eating it. You hate it. You hate it. I notice when people hate something, the bone broth, or when vegans talk about meat, carnivores, stupid carnivores, meat eaters, bleh, I'm healthier than you. They put that voice on, and that's why I use that voice a lot in my videos.
Always high in oxalates, but there are a number that are. Yes, my people, our cows can develop oxalate buildup just like humans. It's because they're in one place and not being moved around. In the wild, they would hit more species of plants, but often if they're in an area where they're consuming the rhubarb and the sorrel, basically they're eating oxalate-rich grasses, and it binds to calcium within the blood. This creates the oxalate crystals, and it deposits in their kidneys, in their bones, and even in the marrow. But that's not all, my beautiful people.
Have you seen that in a cow? I'm curious. I'm just curious. Can somebody let me know? Anyone who has farmed cattle in the past or farms cattle, have you seen this issue with a cow? Can you tell me? Have you ever seen oxalates in a cow? How does that present? Do they seem like they're in pain all the time? Do they pee out stones, like little flakes of stuff? Do they pee out, like, I don't know, what does it look like? Have you seen it in a cow? Can someone tell me, please?
Well, you also have problem with glutamate, not only in the bone broth, but also in these collagen powders.
If it's in bone broth, it's natural, and I'm sure we always had it. So, look, again, I'm going to hate on the people who are against something we've done for hundreds of thousands of years. If you're going to eat some berries, they better be either the wild ones or the lowest glycemic berries you eat. Because and not frequently. Come on, stop with this. We have to eat them every day. We have to eat nuts every day. We have to eat fruit every day. We have to eat veggies every day. You don't have to. You are brainwashed to. And you think that you're doing something good. You're not. You're not. I saw another video where someone's like, fooling your brain into doing good things. I'm going to react to that one next. I have it in my history and I'm going to react to it very, very soon. You're going to see that one come out next, I think.
Clearly, I'm not a fan of these collagen processed powders. Not only are you having problems with bleaching it, deodorizing it, it's the scraps from feedlots.
Collagen powders, no, don't get the powders. Just eat your bone broth. Eat your bone broth. You're going to get it naturally, and it's not going to be as toxic. It's going to be toxic in your stupid collagen powders. No duh. Hello. We don't eat proteins in powders in nature. That's not how protein comes. Protein comes in the nuts if you are a rodent, and maybe even you might eat insects if you're a rodent. But like birds eat nuts and seeds and stuff as well. And I say nuts because squirrels are rodents. I say nuts if you're a rodent because squirrels are rodents. They're in the rodent family. But if you're a human, you get your proteins from bones and meat. And I'm sure you got glutamate in meat too. How can we not talk about meat? You may as well just say meat's bad for you too. Just go full vegan. I'll have way more fun with you then. Oh my goodness, you and I are gonna get along well, girl, because you and I are gonna start having some fun. Yeah. Stephanie and Frank, oh my goodness, they're the best. They're the best. They give me the good content.
And it's bleached. Well, there's more. We have the problems with oxalates, because cows that are not moved around can eat plants high in oxalic acid like rhubarb. This is going to bind to calcium in the blood, and if they're eating too much of this plant, the oxalates end up also in their kidneys, their bone.
Is this what the milk fever translates as? It's not the oxalates, it's not the milk being lost, it's actually the oxalates. Is that what that is? Or is it that the farmers are not giving them the adequate minerals that they need with the mineral blocks? Is that what the milk fever is? Can someone help me figure out why they get milk fever? And for those who might not know what I mean, maybe just starting out with cows, or maybe they've never farmed cows, but milk fever is when the cow they gave birth to a calf, and the calf it happens even more so with twins. So the mother gave birth to, let's just say twins, right? The twins survive. They're both doing really well, feeding off the mother, but then the mother has used up so much of her milk that she becomes really sick. Can't move. Her nose is all stuffed up, and she can't, she can't, she's down. She can't get up and feed her calves anymore. So the vet has to come and do some mineral transfusions. Okay, in particular calcium, but I'm sure other minerals too. Yeah. I don't know. Someone help me out with that, please.
The marrow and their tendons. But there's more, like glutamate. Have you ever heard of MSG in Chinese food? When you take collagen powder, and you take different parts of the animal and you break it down into a powder, things have become concentrated. Excess amounts of glutamate can have an overexcitation or overexcitatory response to your brain nerve cells.
I never had that response with bone broth. In fact, I had a period where I enjoyed it and then I stopped enjoying it. So, yeah, no. Bone broth does not do that.
And this can damage the cells. It also can lead to issues with cognitive, memory, Parkinson.
Oh, like you have?
And perhaps even the C word. The last thing that I want you all to be aware of is the quality control of the bone broth and especially the collagen powder.
She's all stuttery and she pauses like a lot and like, she doesn't sound confident ever when she speaks. It's really annoying, actually. You don't eat enough food. This is why I don't fast. I need to eat food. Food. Lots of food. I want to eat food. I don't want to become cognitively impaired. I don't want to, yeah, you know what I mean. Yes, I do have trouble stringing words together sometimes, but hey, at least I don't pause and try to think of words to say all the time. I did that on purpose.
Ketogenic diets and carnivore diets have really popularized this whole bone broth fanaticism.
Because guess what? They got electrolytes. Oh, right. You probably don't want us taking that either. Oh, wait. So you're all for taking electrolytes, but you're not for taking bone broth. May as well quit the electrolytes too while you're at it, huh? May as well, even though bone broth has tons of potassium and stuff. Yeah, forget all the good stuff. Just don't jump to the potential bad stuff. I don't even believe that bone broth is bad for you. I'm not sorry. I said what I said. We can agree that cows fed a more natural diet are better. And as long as you're buying like cows that were fed on a good pasture, fed good food, look, there's no issue with that. None. No issue. Doesn't matter what they're eating. I mean, I don't care. And my uncle's cattle, in particular, they move around. They walk the fields. So, yeah, you're gonna have to try me again, pal. Try me again. I'm not convinced.
The ridiculousness. Now it's gone fully mainstream because if people can make $1 off this stuff, then
it's not ridiculous. We've done it. We've broken into the marrow for hundreds of thousands of years. Oh, but that's because the marrow back then was healthier. They were also bigger. We feed cattle more because we want them to get fatter. We feed them more. Okay, we feed them more.
the quality control tanks. We have to worry about contaminants. These companies, I swear, we have to really do the deep dive.
I mean, I can agree on one thing, and that is contamination when dealing with a company. They're going to probably add MSG to it, for all I know. You could be getting Kettle and Fire. I don't know what's in Kettle and Fire. I don't know if it's MSG free, or maybe they name it something else. Glutamate something or other, right? Maybe they don't even have an ingredient list. Maybe they leave ingredients out. I don't know, but I'm not buying from a company. I'm buying it from somebody that I know exactly what went into it. But no, I'm going to stop buying from people I don't want celery in it. I don't want any of that stuff. Nope.
On a bunch of products because we're finding heavy metals, cadmium, lead, arsenic, and we think we're being healthy, and people don't understand why they're not getting rid of their histamine on these products like bone broth.
So histamine with bone broth too? The heck? I guess you may as well just not eat anything, Stephanie. Why don't you just become a breatharian then?
And especially collagen.
Do you want to eat or not? Do you want to live or not? We have no time to be worrying this much. Like, it's okay to be concerned, but constantly emphasizing, oh, this is bad, that's bad, 5G this, toxic metals that. Stop buying from companies then. Make it yourself. Prep it yourself if you can. I don't know what else to tell you. Stop being a wussy.
Why is collagen powder looking perfect? Because they bleach that shite with chemical.
Yes, collagen powder, yes. I agree. Bone broth, no. Maybe if you, I don't know, buy it from a company. If you make it yourself, no. No, it's not bad for you. No. Eat the bone broth if you made it yourself, especially if you made it yourself. Come on.
Or as the Swedish say, kemikalier, chemicals. And then they have to deodorize it so it doesn't smell like rotting Corpus Christi. And the boiling down process of bones gathered from all types of places that have bacteria growing on them.
Honey, at a certain temperature, all bacteria do die off. There is a temperature limit. It's not like it stays at 200 and then the bacteria that can live past 200 survive. And that's Fahrenheit, by the way. It doesn't stay at 200. It doesn't. This woman, man.
And often they come from feedlot places. It's not a good look. The big question is, should people be consuming bone broth?
If you make it yourself, go ahead.
And collagen powder for the benefits of skin, bone, nails.
I never had a problem with bone broth. Never. I just stopped enjoying it. I stopped wanting it for some reason. Doesn't mean I'll never eat it again.
Nails, hair. Yes and no. I think that if you go to a local farm and get bones where you know what the cow is consuming and how the cow is treated, or if you're getting pastured chicken or pork and you're deciding to get the chicken feet for the collagen, you're deciding to get the pig feet for collagen or oxtail, then it's great. As long as you do not have a sensitivity to oxalate buildup or the inability to dump.
I don't think bone broth is the same as, getting oxalates from a plant source. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Your body makes oxalate. And I think if you're eating the actual, you're eating it from the animal, not from the plant. I just can't get behind this.
Your oxalates, or you came from the vegan world and you're loaded in oxalates, then you might want to wait before making your own bone broth. And definitely the collagen powder for me is a hard pass because of the chemicals they have to use to bleach.
Oh, definitely. No collagen. No collagen powders.
And to deodorize it. That's a hard pass. Is collagen powder good for the skin, the teeth, the hair, the nails? It is. But only if it's quality controlled. If you guys want to book a consultation, you can go to Stephanie Person.
You're not a doctor. I can barely agree with you on which direction is up and down, quite frankly. So anyway, that is it for this video. I will see you in the next one. And the next one will be that one I mentioned a while ago about where she said, fooling your brain into thinking you're doing good things or whatever, something like that. All right, I will play that one next. Oh, and she's so cringy, by the way. You're gonna be like cringing hard. If you like a good cringe fest, buckle up. It's gonna be a cringy ride. Okay, see you guys in the next video. Bye. Gerbs.